Well, after some storm delays this week, we finally kick off this week's episode of Raiders Sports Report with boys basketball as they were faced with a huge challenge, facing powerhouse Newton North Tigers, who coming into the game were the #1 team in the state. And it's a pretty packed gym here, filled with Raiders crazies for Wellesley, and on the other side, the sixth man for Newton North, who allowed all game. So here in the first, you can already see a great offensive battle starting between two talented captains, Tigers' Tommy Mobley and Raiders' Andy Kaplan, and it's just a fun matchup to watch here. Raiders keeping it close here in the opening quarter, Captain Ryan Noel crashing the glass, ripping down the offensive board and banking in the putback and the foul. Tigers would close out the first, though, on a 7-1 run, and Wellesley still in it, down 19-10. Andy Kaplan at it again with his team down by 11 here in the second. On this fast break opportunity, Kaplan gets fouled and still nails the layup and one. And midway through this quarter, I think it's safe to say this team is pumped for this matchup. And as Tigers build their lead even further behind superb three-point shooting, these Raiders are not losing any focus. Behind key points in the paint by Jeff Gilbert and a clutch corner three by Jake Moen just off the bench, Wellesley is only down 32-26. And just under a minute to go here in the second, Andy Kaplan, top of the key, drains it from downtown. And we go into halftime, Tigers up 36-29. And this fight in Wellesley is keeping it close. So midway through the third, Newton North up 40-35. Andy Kaplan keeps Raiders still tight in the ball game, refusing to be denied by Napoleon Miller, and his shot counts and the foul, and the crowd is loving the effort. But Newton North shows why they are #1, proving how dangerous they are as a team from downtown, as Tommy Mobley cannot be stopped on the perimeter. Team contributions by Newton North make it extremely tough to defend. Nate Hollenberg with the putback, and then in the fourth, Hollenberg again gets free reign in the lane for two more, giving the Tigers a 56-39 lead under 6 minutes to go in the final quarter. Fast forward to 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and Raiders on another fast break. Jack Dolan nails a trade that Wellesley desperately needs, making it 63-51 Newton North. Napoleon Miller's basket and one gives Tigers a 68-53 lead, and a minute 28 left. You would think this game is over. What always stands out with this team is the resiliency and toughness these Raiders show no matter the deficit, and are clearly not intimidated by Newton North's talent and record. So here we go. Andy Kaplan drains the three-pointer while falling down. Newton North 68, Wellesley 56. Miles Cole coast-to-coast dekes past Michael Davis, lays it in for an easy 2 points. Tigers call timeout, 70-60 Newton North. 17 seconds left off a Tigers turnover. Up court pass again to Miles Cole. This time sinks the tray. 70-63 Newton North. 8.2 seconds. But as the remaining seconds finally tick away, Miles Cole's 7th point in the last minute would fall in on the putback, making it 72-65 Newton North. The time would put a stop to this Raider comeback that fell just short. Tough loss for Wellesley to take, but there's nothing to hang their heads in defeat about this one. Down big in the second half to make the #1 team have to fight hard all game to pull out in the end with the victory. So it's Tigers 72, Wellesley 65 as your final score. So we stay with basketball as the girls team had to not only contend with weather postponements, but also the roof leaking all over the court. No worries though, as the Raiders say, let's deal with it. We want to play basketball, so let's play on the side court. So with a very different looking vantage point, we start the first quarter. And Emma Ivy has a great one, crashing the boards for the putback and banking in a fast break layup. Emma Ivy would end the first draining it from the perimeter for a long two, and Wellesley holds a 12-2 lead after one, with 8 of those points by Ivy. Second quarter, Dorian Cohen and Katie Williamson help push the lead to 16-4 before Julie Salerno banks a much-needed tray off the backboard for Framingham, forcing Wellesley to take the timeout, 16-7 Raiders. But coming out of the timeout, Dorian Cohen takes control, driving in the lane, making it 20-7, and then on the other end, just denies Emily Rich. Lexi Jones fires and sinks a big shot from downtown, and on a loose inbounds pass, Lily Busma, showing some hustle, recovers it, bounce passes it to Kelsey Zarley, and Zarley makes the layup, and we go into halftime, Raiders coasting here, 26-9. So the third quarter comes and goes with Raiders still in control here. After fighting through first half offensive struggles though, the Flyers do start to see some of their efforts play out for the positive. But Wellesley is still on top big after 3 played, leading 34-18. Fourth and final frame, Flyers are still sticking around here. Faith Daigle drains the tray, then Stephanie Sheldon sinks a three-pointer of her own, and Framingham is still down 38-24. Dorian Cohen, playing like a senior ready to carry the team, is still just a sophomore, and gets a key rebound off Emma Ivy's miss, connecting on the putback. Co-captain Lexi Jones finds Lenora Sperling open inside the paint for 2 more key points. 42-24, as Wellesley starts to take back some of that momentum that the Flyers had started to get. Last 3 minutes left in this matchup give Flyers a ton of credit as this team makes things interesting here. Brianna Gilbert with the floater, then captain Haley Rich sinks in the 3-ball to make it 44-30 Wellesley. But that would be as close as they would get as Flyers start to knock down their shots more efficiently, but it's just too late as Framingham just could not overcome the big lead Wellesley took control of at the very start. So the Raiders hold on 46-33 over the Flyers, as their victory was by no means easy, but the team's tenacity helps propel them to 9-4 on the season. So finally we go to Babson as Raiders face off against Framingham as well. Having qualified for the state tournament with their 10th win coming at Newton North, Raiders always successful versus the Flyers and get right to work, relentless on offense. And so it would without question be a long night for goalie Catherine Kelly, as early on Kelly makes some nice point-blank saves in the first half of the opening period, but once Kylie Noonan breaks free on a fast break and rips a top shelf far side post for a 1-0 lead, Raiders just pour it on. After Cecily Doctor passes a beauty to Kaylee Donnelly on the doorstep for a 2-0 score, Kylie Noonan on a breakaway yet again races past Ava Lopez for the loose puck and backhands it past Kelly's pad. Awesome goal to put Wellesley up 3-0, still here in the first. Now holding a 4-goal lead, just under a minute left, still in the first period. Cecily Doctor with an outstanding crossover move that practically fakes Casey Downing out of her skates. Doctor's now wide open and just makes it look easy. Wellesley carries a huge 5-0 lead here into the second period. Here in the second, Cecily Doctor on the doorstep yet again stuffs in Sarah Goss's initial slap shot for a 6-goal lead. And this game is far out of reach for the Flyers. So Raiders' young third line gets extended shifts here in the last 2 periods and contribute in a big way. Elise Coakley slides the puck in between Katie Pumala's legs and top shelves it in, 7-0 Wellesley. Flyers finally get on the board though. Solid play here as Katie Pumala feeds the pass to Sophia Castriota, and her one-timer breaks the shutout, but Framingham still is down by a ton, 7-1. Raiders' third line continues to impress here in the final period, getting important ice time as we go deeper into the season and towards tournament, and freshman Phoebe Lawrence definitely takes advantage of it, contending with Emily Devon's stick hooked around her, and still, Lawrence somehow nets a goal, making it 8-1. Sabrina Chen would then take the shot, get her own rebound, and stuff the ricochet right back in. That 9-1 lead would become the final score here, as Wellesley, behind 2 goals each by Kylie Noonan and Cecily Doctor, blow out Framingham here 9-1, and are now 11-1-1. Well, that wraps up another episode of Raiders Sports Report. Thanks for watching. Check back in next week for more Raiders action as we get deeper into this exciting winter season. You can find all the highlights right here at WellesleyMedia.org, our YouTube channel, Comcast 9, and Verizon 39.